So I'm gonna break the ice in this video and tell you guys that I caught COVID. I caught COVID 2 days ago. I've been quarantining since yesterday, and I have 4 more days to go for a 5-day quarantine. So I will be at the crib. At some point I might try to stream, I don't know. I'll let you guys know. But that's about it. I just want to let you guys know what's going on with me as I'm getting ready to break into vlogging once I'm healthy again and I can go out and do whatever. But that's not what we're here for. Today, we're going to be talking about a pair of Vans. These guys right here. These are the Sk8 Grosso Mids. So if you guys have been following me on Instagram or just keeping up with the YouTube page in general, you guys will have noticed that I skated this shoe for a short amount of time, just about a month. And there's a lot of pros and cons that the Sk8 Grosso Mid has. But before I get into those pros and cons, I wanted to go on ahead and give a shout out to Vans. Vans has made the change from just being pro skateboarding shoes to the skate classics. They did a whole initiative where they had a bunch of the Vans riders try out this new formula shoe where there's a splint in the sole of the shoe, there's more durability, there's a wax foxing tape that adds to the durability of the foxing tape. And so far, a lot of the skaters love it. And now that they have released it to the public, a lot of the skaters that I know have been skating them and have been enjoying them way more than the older pair of Vans. And I honestly do believe that this is a step in the right direction because now Vans is listening a little bit more to their skaters and their skate community and improving the technology that is in a Vans skateboarding shoe. So with that being said, I went on ahead and I grabbed the Sk8 Grosso Mid. So without further ado, let's hop into this review of the Vans Sk8 Grosso Mid. So, the Vans Sk8 Grosso Mid is an upper that is mostly suede and synthetic leather. And this upper is literally only suede and synthetic leather. No canvas around, no mesh, none of that. There's not even really any preparation holes other than the one, about 10 maybe on the toe. It's probably less than 10. But outside of that, there's literally no room for a durability problem like having canvas or anything of that nature, which makes this shoe a durable shoe to begin with. And I did experience that durability while skating this shoe. Normally a pair of Vans skate shoes will fly through in about 3 weeks, especially if I'm really skating a lot. And these guys lasted the whole entire month of me skating pretty consistently. So I'm pretty hyped that Vans upped the quality of their shoes and is listening to their riders like I said before. Another cool thing about the skate classics is that I'm noticing, just like in the Grosso Mids, that most skate classics now have this internal sock liner system that holds the tongue still in the middle so it doesn't go off to the sides, while also securing the fit around your foot. When your foot's in the shoe, you shouldn't have to worry about super tightening the shoe and choking out your shoe, just like you see a lot of Vans shoes when the shoe's like slightly too big or anything of that nature, which is pretty dope because now I can wear shoes like this pretty loose and not have to worry about them flying off my feet. Another thing about this shoe that this shoe comes with is that 6-stick material that's on the sole. So they adopted it from the Rowans. The Rowans did really well with it. So I think they started using it in all their skate classics, and I think they're gonna start using it going forward in all their skate shoes in general. But what it is that the grooves are a lot deeper than what they normally are in the regular waffle sole design. And they just grip a lot more. I noticed that they're also more durable because of how deep the grooves are. I didn't have any problems shaving at this. Like, well, the sole, the shoe didn't shave away super duper fast while skateboarding, which is really dope. And it did hold its consistency throughout the life of me skating this shoe. Now, with that being said, there's a lot of cool things going on with the shoe, but there's also a lot of cons I experienced with this shoe. Now, one of them happens to be this foxing tape. The cool thing about this foxing tape is that there's like a waxing that goes around the foxing tape that makes it a little bit more durable, and then I just think it's built better in general. But the one thing that also threw me off, which is why I didn't mention the foxing tape as one of the pros of the shoe, is that the foxing tape, for some reason, maybe it's just the consistency of it in these Grosso Mids, but it did throw off my kickflips very hardcore. Now, normally when I recommend that people skate a pair of skate classics for Vans or a pair of just non-pro skateboarder shoes for Vans, i.e. things that aren't like the Rowans or the Kyle Walkers, when I tell somebody, you know, you should check out a Sk8 High, If they have skated a pair of Vans before, that's normally when I would straight up say, okay, you could go straight to a Sk8 High or old school or whatever. But personally, I normally tell people that if they haven't skated a pair of pro skateboarding Vans before, trying to get a pair of Sk8 Highs, old schools or whatever, to try out a pair of Kyle Walkers, to try a pair of Rowans or whatever, because the skate classics tend to be very, very different when it comes to that feeling of how they skate versus like one of the pro skateboarders like shoes like Kyle Walker or Rowan or whoever. For some reason, I always had that issue with Vans, and when I would come back to Vans, I would normally go straight to a Kyle Walker first, because that was the shoe that I had the most consistency and enjoyed the most from Vans. And then I try like a half cab or a Sk8 Mid or Sk8 High or whatever. I didn't do that this time. So when I jumped back to Vans from skating, I think I was skating Lakai before, the flick consistency was insanely different, and it took me way longer than normal to get used to that flick. I'm pretty sure I didn't get used to my kickflip flick and that positioning until week 3 of me skating these shoes, when they had already started to bag out. And my kickflips were never consistent in these shoes, and I mainly only did them on flat. So with that being said, unless you're skating a pair of Vans before these, I recommend you skate like a pair of pro skateboarders Vans before you grab a pair of Sk8 Classics, because this did throw off my kickflips. That's just my experience. At the end of the day, you can still do whatever you want, but that's just what happened to me, and I was not a fan of that feeling. Another thing that also threw me off, and I was very like confused by it, is this insole. Now, when I originally got this shoe, I did think that I was gonna have the Pop Cush insole. It turns out I wasn't gonna have it. I got the Ultra Cush 3D. This is the one with that plastic cert on the heel, which is a pro and a con. The pro about this is that it holds the shape of the insole throughout the life of the insole, and then it helps take impact. The con about it is that, one, it can get very uncomfortable after a while because this is still plastic holding the shape of your insole. And while your foot's coming down for impact, eventually you do hit that level of impact where you can feel the plastic when you take that initial like drop. And that was not a comfortable feeling. It made me really dislike this insole. Also, it made it a lot harder for me to like get the flex I wanted out of the shoe, because the back of this insole does not bend for anything. Yet this is a vulcanized shoe. So with all that being said, did I lose the grip in the shoe when it came to doing my tricks? No, not so much. Did I ever get used to the flick? No, not at all. Did it throw off my heel flip variations and stuff like that? I did have to constantly change up my foot position in order for me to do my heel flips correctly, but that mainly came because of this insole. The problem was, by the time I was ready to switch out my insoles for the footprint, the heel had already bagged out from how much impact I was taking from this insole here. And then like it was already so wide that when I put the footprint in there, the footprint could slide around just a tight bit. Overall, I just was very disappointed when it came down to it. This insole threw out a lot of the good feeling that this shoe probably would have given me if I had switched insoles off rip. Overall, do I recommend the Grosso Mid? I personally don't recommend it unless they come with a Pop Cush insole. The shoe would have been much better with the Pop Cush insole, despite the fact that I wouldn't have gotten used to my flick still. But overall, I think the Grosso Mid still has a lot more work to be desired. But I have seen the other Sk8 Classics. I have tried out another pair of Sk8 Classics, but they weren't mine. I just kind of did it while I was at the park for the day, and homie let me try them out. And I do believe that the Sk8 Classics are much better than what Vans was putting out before by a long shot. So I was kind of disappointed to know that the Grosso Mid was so lackluster compared to the rest of the Sk8 Classics that are out there. Do I recommend that you guys check out a pair of Vans Sk8 Classics? I definitely do, especially if you are a fan of Vans skateboarding. The Vans Sk8 Classics do make a very huge difference from what they were before. They're more durable, they skate better, they feel better. I just recommend that if you haven't skated a pair of Vans in a while and your last shoe wasn't a pair of Vans, that you try out a pair of pro skateboarder shoes like Gilbert Crockett, Kyle Walker, Rowan, Ave. any pro skateboarding shoe for Vans first so you can get used to that flipping consistency without getting all of that tech that the Skate Classics offer, and then put on the Skate Classics, and I think that you will have an amazing time in your Vans skateboarding shoes. So yeah, that was a review of the Grosso Mid. Wasn't my favorite pair of Vans, but I was still glad to try it. These are just gonna be some like going out, having a good time shoes. Shoes I don't really care if they get messed up. That's what these are gonna be. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button for me. If you haven't subscribed to me already, I do make shoe reviews. I do a lot of skateboarding content, and I'm gonna be breaking into vlogging. And I'm probably going to bring back a little bit of gaming just to get in touch with you guys in real time through like doing live streams either on Twitch or on YouTube. It will most likely be on YouTube because I love you guys. And I don't want to take you guys away from YouTube if you met me on here. With that being said, if you guys do have Instagram, make sure you follow your boy on Instagram at Sk8Day, just like it is on YouTube. And make sure that you guys have a great rest of your day. Go have a good time. I'm going to keep on quarantining. And then when I'm done, you guys will know in a community tab post or a new video or whatever. And we're going to keep this show on the road. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope you have an amazing day. Love you guys. Peace out.
Everybody's living like the clock don't change. Being comfortable, equivalent to the same old thing. I'll be damned if I am living like there's not a better day. It's my time to go and get it. Fuck what anybody say.